Hi guys, this is Dr. Sadashivam once again with you. Guys, we have been talking a lot about the outcome of the Jackson Hole Symposium, and we have seen the stock markets throughout the world coming down. But a sign of relief, yesterday the Indian markets also fell down, but there is a very strong resistance at 17,300 levels, and let us see what is in store for us. Not just Nifty, all the other Asian indices, including your South Korea, it fell 2.2%. Taiwan fell. Thailand also fell. I think fell around 1.5%. But the Shanghai Composite Index, surprisingly, it did not fall. There was a slight, in fact, increase of say 0.1 or something like that. Reasons obviously cannot be said, but we will explore into it. But if you look at yesterday's fall, the IT companies have fallen most, especially your Infosys, TCS, they all slid because of this monetary tightening which is announced by Powell. In fact, he made a specific statement which said that controlling the inflation will continue to be the priority of the US government, and they are willing to even compromise if there is a growth slowdown. That's a very powerful statement which has shook the stock markets throughout the world, guys. Let us see what is in store. As far as today's opening is concerned, the pre-opening showed a big gap down. Everybody was running for cover, but somehow some miracle happened and the stocks have once again moved up. But it's too early to say anything because the stock market has its own way of fooling the investors, especially the intra-day traders, right? So let's keep a watch and see what is in store for us throughout the day. Guys, as a result of this, the money is also plunged. In fact, the money plunged to an all-time low of 80.1 rupees or something like that. That's a very big downfall. But yes, there is a sign of relief, self-consolation that the stability of the rupee is far more intact in comparison with the other Asian currencies. But that's just not enough. Government has to do something, but I think government has done its part. The Reserve Bank of India has sold dollars worth 1.3 million or something like that, 1.3 billion, right? Just to arrest this particular fall, as a result of which we are somewhere at around 80 rupees today. Otherwise, if the RBI had not intervened on time, then probably rupee might go to 82, 83, 85 also. I think the government is taking the right steps, and this is something which is not in our control, guys. It is not in our control. And secondly, the stock market, if you see, there is no rationality in this stock market. One statement of Jerome Powell saying that they may even compromise growth in order to tame inflation, and he also said inflation is one of the greatest challenges. This one statement has shook the entire share market throughout the world, guys. Look at the extent to which emotions play in the whole game. Has the profitability of any company, the balance sheet, assets, liability, profit, loss, has it changed before the statement and after the statement? Nothing has changed. It's business as usual. Guys are doing their job, sales guys are doing the job, projects are being executed. But just see, one small statement, to what extent it has sent tremors, not just in the United States, throughout the world. Now coming back to this, the rupee is falling, but let's see. I'm sure RBI will act on time. We have seen a lot of earlier occasions when these kind of events happened and RBI intervened on time and repaired those issues. Guys, another very important from the stock market perspective is the Reliance AGM. Guys, certain key points which was mentioned in that, I will be putting up a separate 15-20 minutes of video giving you all the details, but this is a snapshot video, so I don't want to go deep into all those things. The capex is going to be doubled for Reliance Industries in the next 2027. Though the Reliance value will double by the end of 2027. That's the plan they have for capex. and they have earmarked somewhere around 2 lakh crores for the 5G Geo network which they will be rolling on. And Jio will be rolling out their 5G services from Deepavali onwards. 75,000 crores is going to be invested in their oil to chemical business, because a lot is being talked about oil to chemical, because whenever you talk about Reliance, it's only the O2C business that comes to our mind. Otherwise your telecom business and retail business, they're all recently started, and they have also announced they will get into the FMCG space. And what else? They will also get into this bioenergy or wind, geothermal, and all forms of energy. And the most importantly, they've announced their succession plan in terms of Akash, or Isha and Karan or something. Okay. So let's see if they will be able to meet our expectations, meet the shareholders' expectations. Guys, we've talked about the Reliance. Now it's IT stocks. This Jackson Holes. Of course, it has impacted all the companies, but the impact has been so severe in the IT sector. In fact, the Nifty index fell by more than 3.5%. Probably because they are all exporters, and any kind of an event like this is bound to make companies reduce their spending on IT. But there's another school of thought which says that spending on IT is no more a discretionary spending as it once was. It is not a discretionary. So there are two schools of thoughts, and let's see how things pan out. But as of now, IT stocks are looking very, very bad. Guys, anytime these kind of news or tremors take place in the international market, the VIX is the volatility index, which is also called as the fear index, that goes up. And yesterday, because of this volatility, the VIX index has already shot up by around, I think, 8 or 8.5%. Guys, one more important news. I put up a special video on Ashok Leyland. Ashok Leyland will be launching a light commercial vehicle in the next 6 months. And this was a statement by Dheeraj Hinduja, who is the chairman of the company. And the company, the company has launched its Bada Dost, which is I1 and I2 recently, which has a payload of approximately 1.2 tons and 1.4 tons. It has got a wide deck of 70,040 millimeters, and the longest at 2,600. Lot of data was being all said. They are trying to say that vehicle is quite spacious. Its capacity in terms of payload is approximately 1.2 to 1.5 tons, and the last mile connectivity is something that they've always been talking about, especially due to the surge in e-commerce. And Bada Dost, this particular range of vehicle is expected to do very well, and electric vehicle. So they are in the forefront of technology. Let's see. We have also discussed, I've put up a separate video on Ashok Leyland, how this company has moved from 40 rupees in 2020, in the March of April 2020, to approximately 150, down, which is 4 times, guys, in 2 years, between 2020 and 2000. Phenomenal growth. Let's see if they are able to continue this growth. Of course, the company is quite optimistic about it. I had put up an interview of Gopal Mahadevan, their Chief Financial Officer and Director of Finance, and Dheeraj Hinduja has given a statement in terms of what plans they have for Leyland in the coming years. And one more very important thing, they have plans of being a target of being in the top 10 commercial manufacturers, vehicle manufacturers in the whole world. Okay, ji? A lot of restructurings I think have been done at the top level. The dealership structure that's being changed. Some dealership changes are taking place in west, north regions. Change in strategies. Let's see what's pan out. Okay, guys, that is all for today. Let me see if there is anything else. I think we've covered most of them. Right. Okay, guys, this is Dr. Sadashivam signing off till we meet again. Bye bye. Jai Hind.